Yep, here we go. Um, Camera scene. So I moved the camera because it was like taking too much place. Definitely. And I might need this space for other things if we make overlays and stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit better in this corner here, except that it's not really easy to move. Can I move it? Let's change this. Oh, no. Why is it not moving? Nope. Good move. Yeah, there we go. I wish I had a feedback for this, like better than whatever I have here. Anyway, it's not super important. So I'm gonna take what I've done in a previous project to try to make a kind of game that can be played from the chat and that everyone can participate in, basically. So, do you want to move? No. Do you want to move now? Yes. So I want to start by making a notification zone so that the app can tell us what's happening. Okay, let's see. Folder GUI notifications. So this should be the object which appears at the top right corner, I think. So we're gonna anchor this right here. And what probably makes sense is to actually have it set notification size, like probably width, like the height is not super important, but at least the width. So let's see. What is this like? 320? That could be like small. Especially if I add the margins and stuff. If I make this a empty panel. It is empty, but we can set a 16 pixels margin. Okay, let's try to make something like panel container notification. I'm gonna create a new not a texture, style box flat. That's slightly too wide. This could have like a 16 pixel margins as well. Let's find some color. Mm, 3931. That sounds good. Yeah. Except that maybe I need to make this a container. There we go. So we said that we want something like 320 wide. Okay. That would be like notif. Now we could have different kind of notifications. I have a few ideas regarding how and why how we can make different notifications. Well, let's add, I don't know. Let's try to imagine that we have a chat message. So we have sender, and here we have like another label with an auto wrap mode. Here's a message that could be displayed here. So you stay at the top, and you do want your famous 1 pixel. So that would be like a notification. It's actually a very decent size. Could be larger. Could be slightly larger. Like if we had 80. I'm thinking about two things right now. The first thing is that I might want to be able to access the buttons behind right here. That would be slightly annoying. And the next thing is probably using a brighter box, because it is the same color as my editor and it doesn't really stand out. So what if instead I go 3931 on this one and 4E4343. So what does it look like now? Yeah, it's better. I mean, yeah, it is. So, the thing is, Godot containers pretty much work with immobile items. So, animating those items can be complicated. So, what kind of animation could we make for the notifications? Like, they come from the right, and then they would like get away, sort of. Okay, let's actually maybe put this in a different folder. GUI root. We could have like GUI components, and here like a GUI notification. Now, do I want to think of the different kinds of notification now? could be. Because basically here we have like we could remove the content, okay, and say that this is the default notification. Let's create a themes folder, by the way. Blue. Panels and save this. That's like a 39, 31, 31 panel, I think. So this is like the GUI notification. Now, it would be nice to have like the close button, skip button. Would that be a texture button? Hmm. I could use like this simple button. What size? 32 should be enough. And 2 pixel wide. Yeah, 2 seems good. Copy SVG. Yeah, download PNG, that's good. That's a 32 button. Let's go with textures. Yes. And I don't know, something like texture 2D. Alright, let's go with the icons. And that's like delete.png. Now, if we have a texture button positioned top right, that would look like this. That looks weird. Okay, so what if we change this? Keep the border. Maybe have a wider border. Or just like try with the 1 pixel wide here. Oopsie. Mm. I do have to go with 2. Yeah, but the thing is that this entire block here is pretty much gone. Or I do something like I keep this texture button here, and I have like I put that in the H box, and we have like a label for the title. Okay, so here that takes the entire this. H box is just top. You expand, and there we go. Like we have like the title, notification title. Actually, you could go centered. Hi, Plonk Apple. Good morning. Professional grammar. Grammar? What do you mean? How do you do it? I will be the title. And having an ellipsis here could be trim capture. You're a pro. Oh, okay. Yes. Programmer. In that sense, yeah. I am. What about you? Are you a programmer as well? Or are you like more on the game design art style side, making games? I could make a chat notification at the moment. Like I could make 2. I can see I can see chat notifications and like game notifications. Let's start with like chat notification. So I'm gonna create a notification chapter. And here I think I have to do new inherited scene. Like this. Yes. That would be like notification chat. Hi Merc! It's been a while since you made it to stream. How have you been? I've been good. I'm very good, thank you. And I'm glad to see you. I'm actually not really getting into hypergame dev jams recently because not being able to export to web is like a major problem. So I've not been around this side that much. But Liz gave me a very cool idea with her JavaScript journey. Now I'm working on Godot applications, which are basically stream overlays. So in the previous stream, I made like something that displays the chat. And now I'm working on a game which reacts to the chat to do some like a collective game. So Planck, you say you wish you have some experience in Godot, but you haven't built anything beyond some remake of Snake and Tetris. You learned game development and ADHD symptoms don't mix well. Well, yeah. depends on what side of the ADHD you are. Because like if you're in a similar case as me, like you can pretty much put me in a monotropism box if you wish, which is considering like ADHD symptoms. But once you're in a good sense of the flow, then it's the absolute opposite. But not everyone is like a monotropism ADHD, I guess. Ew. So yeah, Merc right now, basically I'm just working on like the notification which are gonna pop. And then once this is done, I'm kind of spoiling. Well, actually I can show you because I have an old prototype example which is like lying around. It's gonna be like a dice game. It's gonna be a dice game, and people will be like able to roll sets of dice, and based on the results, it's gonna do some things for the game, right? So here, like I prototyped a dice, which you can set the faces, like so you just have to change the exported properties for this one, and it's gonna be something in this line. Okay, so here we have like a chat notification. Oh, so I guess I need a V-Box, which I didn't. Like this. You lose motivation quickly on large projects. Like it took you 3 months to edit a 25 video, but only spent maybe 16 hours on it. Yeah, okay, so my take on this, which is my own opinion, is that what it means is you actually didn't want to do that in the first place. And you actually went to do it because it felt like that was the thing to do based on exterior pressure. So for example, I switch projects like a ton. If you actually look the amount of branching off I've done in the channel, it's kind of crazy. And it's okay in the end, because the thing is, like, it is my main goal is to actually learn, make prototypes, experience things. Like my main goal is not to fully complete a game. You see what I mean? So yeah, it took you 3 months to edit a 25-minute video, but do you actually really want to make like video editing? Like, it is something I completely got away from, because editing is so annoying, especially when you don't want to do it. It's like, ugh. Actually have the thing here. Okay, so I need to GUI notification. And yeah, now you don't really have ADHD anymore, the symptoms. It was a lifestyle that caused you to have ADHD symptoms. Is what... Yes, exactly. Like, for example, I had like very, very, very severe ADHD during school and stuff. And mostly because I was like trying to swim against the current. Like, when I'm learning, I really have to go toward where I want to learn. And learning something just because it's on a schedule, it's like triggering this huge attention span problems. Yeah, true. Yeah, I really think that ADHD is not something that you have in you which makes you unable to do things. It's just like a symptom of you going against the current. I think that's my vision of it. It's more than likely why after COVID it seems like everyone has it. Actually, it's like it was a rampant thing that was like getting bigger, and like COVID was the breaking point which made it visible. And it's like a lot of people, they were in that kind of mindset of I'm the problem, everything around me is working, it's just like me having attention span problem, etc., etc. And because of the COVID moment, people were not less guilt shamed to admit, okay, no, it's not me, it's the environment that's making me be like this. Ouch, sorry. I'm thinking that I'm not going in a good direction to make this script. I should probably go in notification chat, yes. I actually like this new Visual Studio thing. You feel bad for anyone that has it to an extreme level. Yeah, of course. Like, who likes watching people struggling? Unless you're in a competitive place. Yeah, I think we could like collectively be more educated on this topic. We really need that. That's for sure. Okay, so for this guy, I need a constructor, like factory, and to kind of create a... Well, I don't really have to create a model for the data, because there's already one. As soon as I found... Yes, this. We sent a kid with ADHD in a hospital a while back, and he couldn't do anything longer than like 30 seconds. Well, there's something which is kind of like a hot topic as well, but the entire thing with like medication for ADHD like seems to be a really bad idea for me, like from my perspective, because it's kind of like, you know, we're gonna take alcohol for an example. Like when you drink alcohol, you force your brain to release anti-stress chemicals. So when you stop drinking alcohol, because you have like this, your brain is not like it's still in a mode where it was like balancing back the fact that there was too much anti-stress chemicals, because it's also obviously producing stress chemicals. So it's like producing a ton of stress chemicals. And when you stop, then you have this thing where you feel like you're shaky, you're hangover basically, but a little bit. like the first symptom is hangover, of course, but then the next days after drinking alcohol is like the slightest stressful moment gets you super stressed. And smoking is like same thing, but even harder. And ADHD medication is like probably the same kind of thing. Like you block some things in your brains to make you focus. And then when you remove the actual chemical blocker, you're like, your brain is completely messed up. So you can't focus for at all, like literally at all. I think it's Google Oath I'm looking for. Also, I get the idea that based on your situation, like having ADHD symptoms and no medication can maybe be a problem. I don't know. Like it's case by case thing. You can't have like a general consensus on never medicate or always medicate. I feel like people stop using the word impatient. I see what you mean, but at the same time, it's a different thing, in my opinion. Like, impatient is with the waiting something. Like, you know something's waiting in the future, and you have to deal with it not being here yet. Which is not... I don't really know if that's relates to ADHD in some ways. I would say that being impatient and monotropism is like a huge problem. Very much. And yeah, I wouldn't think that ADHD is impatient, because it would, like, if you have a, like, technically the common definition of ADHD would be like you're waiting for something and you actually end up focusing your attention to something different because it didn't come. So you can say that it was impatient of you to switch focus because you didn't have what you want in time. But when you say impatient, what I'm actually thinking about is this moment where your brain locks onto something, as in, for example, let's say like you want to watch something that's going to be released or play a game that will release in the future, and then your brain's completely locked on this, as in, I want to play this. And then the commercial people, they're like, oh, it's going to be released in 1 year. And then for like a few months or few weeks, based on how much your brain is completely obsessed, it's going to be, I got to find something to act as a placeholder. Because I want to do it, but I can't. This is usually why I don't try to follow much of development or updates on things which are being created. Because I find this more frustrating than anything else. So we're going to be using the YouTube... Oh, I think I have to. Oh, actually I don't. So we have a live message. And Sky Turk is getting in with a lot. Okay. So if you're waiting for the chats to appear on the screen, it's disabled right now. Oh no, you don't have to be sorry, like it's fine. Technically, I guess that the more chats, the better for me. So the title label is gonna be equal to chat message dot author details dot display name and message label. Display message. What's the problem? As in, what are we doing? This for the tasks, and more specifically, I'm making a notification pop-up, like notification area at the top right corner of the screen. Initialize labels. So this would be a notification, like one notification. Now I kind of have to fake creating messages. Modification issue related to chat. Notification, like with an N. So I'm gonna create a debug script, like debug. That would be like live chat message factory, so that we can create some fake messages. Actually, not oath, it's 2233. Okay. And that would be a, we said it's a live chat message factory. It returns a live chat message and yeah, like get message. So I just create a simple one. We'll make a new. And we need the author ID, author display name, and chat message. So author details equal new. Chat message dot snippet equal new. And here display name. Snippet display message. Okay, so here's the debug message, and we return this. So here we can say that live chat message is equal to live chat message factory get message. Now let's try. fail to build. Probably because I have to do the thing like with the like I had this problem the other day when installing packets. If you're chatting, create a main chat center or message will be collected and visible here, and make the players as children of that central chat. It will be easier if the data received from the players is processed the one center. Yes, so it is slightly different in the sense that in my case, I basically have to fetch messages from YouTube every X seconds. Like I have to fetch YouTube to see and get the messages. And this way I get like the 75 last messages in the chat. And in the previous project, I made basically a class that was responsible for checking every individual message and see if the message ID basically was already processed or not. And this would allow me to basically know if I had to create a message or not. Okay, so this is technically okay. Now we just want to okay, that's not necessary to have to. I just want to be able to delete it, but create a main chat center or messages will be collected and visible here. Yes, that's pretty much what happens. Like it collects all the messages, and then I have a list, a local list, which keeps track of the ID of treating messages. I have private void on bottom, like on delete bottom test. And we're gonna go with Q3. Just gonna make sure this is... Oh, okay, I think that's gonna be a problem. Is it? No. Wait, node not found. Meh. Oops. So I guess I should be able to queue for this node. Yep. Now, this is for a simple chat notification. Now, the thing is, yes, I have this block. I have this block which is... which is my style box here. And... do I actually want to control everything individually? I could go like 0880. Want to see what it looks like when it's at the right position? That's okay. Now, maybe there's a way, actually, because if in my notification here, this label is an ellipsis and this label is an auto wrap word with like a 1. So what happens if I use a tween? Let's see. Like we clip content and we make a private void tween out. And now here actually it's create tween. It's a tween property. Can I change size.x directly? Okay, we can try. It looks like it doesn't work because of the minimum size. So, yes, and okay. Yeah. I'm gonna try just to change with custom minimum size. But I think it's not gonna work because we're gonna have the size overriding the custom minimum, I guess. Wait, what? The property custom size, yes, doesn't exist, that's true. That is true. Yeah, so we just get it to... So eventually there's something we can do. It's just like having a tween property and this go away. Size x going down to 0 as well. And I think I'm gonna have like a from size.x. And here's something, even though it's technically already size.x. Just want to make sure they are parallel, so I think I have to. If this is true, like the default value, yes. Oh, come on. So it doesn't work. Let's try to think about a way to animate this. Well, a way technically would be changing this to a panel. Now, this V-box here technically is going to take the entire space, so we need to put a margin in between. Okay. And okay. And now we do pretty much the same thing, except that this extends a panel. So I kinda knew that I had to, what's this? Oh, okay. Like that's like a message label. And you go here. Are you good? No, you're not. Let's see what happens. Well, why? Blah blah blah. If I change this, like, let me shoot. It doesn't seem to be. Oh yeah, that's because. So far so good. So that it's very exhausting. Yes, so why is it not doing this? And we kind of have a problem, but that's for... Oh, okay. No, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so this one... This size X goes to 0. Oh, maybe that's an anchor thing. Maybe that's an anchor thing. Because maybe right here, this notification is like not... no. What? Oh yeah, that's the notifications? Yes, so that's good. Let's see, transform. And it's supposed to be a top right corner. And why are you doing this? Oh, what? Like, you're really... Okay. That's confusing. But yeah, basically I have to count the size of this margin container here. And maybe I can have this as the unique node, and actually I can watch the resize of the margin container. Like that would, yeah. And we can private void on margin container resize. We can resize here, so here we have like a private void resize. Okay. So resize, so we take like margin container. So here size equal margin container dot size. Pretty much what happened. I think. So. Oh no, it's gonna break. Me bad. Because we don't have this guy. Actually, we can say that it's not necessarily the margin container, but the direct child. That could work. That could work. So it didn't work because I didn't bind on resized. Yes, so here let's just have a control and first child actually. Like first child. And doesn't have to be exported. So first child equal get child 0. And I gotta set the control. True. As control. Okay, good. So here we have first child. Okay, and on first child resize. Good. Now we bring the so it didn't work. Maybe because it didn't resize, right? But so we have to make one first resize. Nope. What about you? Do you have a... Okay, that's the confusing part. Maybe that's because you need like... I'm really experimenting with things I don't know how to use. Okay. So let's get rid of this and just have... Yeah. Uh... Huh. Maybe I'm just gonna pass on animations for now. We're gonna see later for animations, because right now I'm just... I still don't understand fully how this works. So... we're gonna keep things simple. Okay, so we reset it back. So technically, if I run this... we should have one notification. Yes, this debug message, and we get rid of it. Okay. So maybe I can make this a VBox container, or actually add VBox in there. And doesn't really matter, like... now what I want is basically draw the interactable rectangle around this. Okay, so here, GUI notification, yes. We want to do things regarding the size of this object. So it has a signal, but we can make it static. Like, that's a start. Now, maybe that's not the way to go. Because basically what I want is to create a set of events. And now it will need to be... or maybe not. I don't know. That's something I can remove in the future. So anyway, private void on reset. That's the first. Okay. Now I need a node which is going to be responsible for drawing the pass-through polygon. So maybe I can create a new scene. Pass-through polygon controller. Does it take 2L? I think it does take 2L. Wait, give me... what? It does take 2L. Okay, so here we'll have very simple scene node pass through polygon control. Because this guy is going to be a big one. Probably going to make it unique. private though. Maybe I want to check that if instance okay. No, this. All right, there we go. Now. So there's going to be different states. And we're going to have the resize anyway. So here, we need to know the GUI notifications. Like, if GUI notifications dot instance is null, we're gonna create an empty polygon. So anyway, we're gonna create a polygon 2D. No, it's just a... Wait. No. Get window. As path through polygon, it's a vector 2. So vector 2. And here we have like polygon, and we create it. Okay, so we have this. You want a vector 2i? No. Why? Use of an assign. Yeah. Ag. It's a weird key. Can be empty. Can be empty. You're happy here? A new vector 2 with the given components. Every size can be specified in variable declaration. Try initializing the new expression. Ah. Come on. Why is it wrong? Collection is not... Yeah, well, that's a problem. How did I do that? Oh. Okay. Okay, there we go. So if we have no instance, we're gonna go with polygon go. Actually, maybe I don't want to initialize it here. Okay, so here we have 1 0 1 1 0. How is that not an else? Wait, what? Ah. There we go. Well, that is a complicated thing. There we go. So, 0 0. Okay, then we have 1920. And here we want to go down based on the size of the notification area. So this thing, oh, we can get the size. So we just need the instance. So GUI notifications. So here we have like GUI notifications dot size dot instance actually. And here we have X. And have like an integer. Notification X. And how is that now? Oh, come on. You can't transform float into an integer? That's sad. Anyway. Here we have like 0 sweep notification. Actually, it's not X we want, it's Y. So notifications Y. I want to mask. Next. Now I can go with notifications X. We can go with notification size. Because here it is like this minus notifications X. And we go back to the top of the screen, which means this minus notifications X 1. Okay, and now we probably want to go back to like 1 1. And there we go. So we set the instance. We have the unresized. Here we want to resize anyway. Now we probably want to watch this. So I probably just don't need that. But the pass-through polygon manager controller, he does resize somewhere. What are those doing here? That's so odd. Resize, resize, resize. So on GUI notifications, resize. Okay, I think we are good. So we kind of have to run the app thing now. So let's see. Oh, I need to create an app scene. Don't have an app scene. And GUI root. Okay. And I think we should run this. Okay, so we have a debugger error. GUI instance is not set. Oh yeah. Oh, that's annoying. I guess we can go just the other way around. No? Okay, so it's never ready. How do we work with that? Yeah, well, that's not something I can work with. That's okay, we're gonna add a script. Yeah, ready, because private void initialize GUI. And that's actually, no, doesn't work. Okay, maybe I have to work with this differently. That's probably not a good idea. But we can do it by having the GUI notifications asking for resize. Private void on resize. And here we have like pass through polygon controller instance. It has an instance, come on. Why you can't find it? Okay, I'm starting to think that there's a problem going on. Let's see, dropping. This should be something you know. Probably because actually I didn't make instance static. I got it. Well, since I know there's gonna be some errors, I'm gonna take this. There we go. I guess. Okay, so now application, we have up, pass polygon, go root. Oh, it's terrible. Why is there no message? Oh, probably because you're not in GUI root. Yes. So GUI notification. Oh, that's why I didn't have it. Okay, that makes sense now. So I can go back, whatever it was. I guess the GUI notifications you can remove to this. That's just like, it's still bad. It's still bad. Okay, let's try. Okay, but why we have no? Uh, we have the app, we root, yes. So we have the notification, but this for some reason it's not showing, probably because. Oh, that's weird. We go all the way here, go down, and then we come here. I can make like this a panel just to see Yeah, that's gonna be perfect. So here's a notification area. Now, why don't we see the actual notification? Probably because of this. Yes, okay. Okay, we can put it back to the control node. You're supposed to have resized. It looks like you didn't. Why it didn't resize? Okay. Let's just check on GUI notification resized. Okay. Resizing. Pass through polygon. Okay. And it doesn't. Okay. So why is this guy not emitting resized? That's confusing. So here you are. Yes, that makes sense. And here you have like, okay, debug. Now I keyframe this. And for some reason, this is still 480. So it might be the VBox the problem. Actually, it's not. Okay, so Godot, if you're not even respecting your own rules, we're not gonna go very far. No, this. The size is locked, of course, because it's controlled. No. Why are you not changing? I'm starting to think that we're gonna work very differently with this. Okay. Here we have GUI notifications, here we have VBox, here we have a chat notification. So up. Let's remove the VBox. And let's have this thing. Okay, and we're gonna change that into a panel. Theme override, that's fine. And now we're actually gonna watch when we have new children. Child enter tree. And child exiting tree. Okay, so we're gonna have a resize. Good. And we're gonna watch child enter tree. Is that how it's typed? Yes. Like, is there an argument? Yes, node. Okay. I think the node's not really important. Child exiting tree. Now, let's have a float, which is gonna be the size y, and it's gonna start at 8. Now, we're gonna go with the for each node in get children. Now, if the node is control, we're gonna have size y. Will increase by control dot size dot y. And here we're gonna have a private constant size x. Oh, it needs to be a float. So size equal a new vector 2 of size size x, size y. Okay, and you resize when someone enters and someone leaves. Okay, and by default, you're gonna have a 408. Okay. Uh, that's weird. You usually don't do that. What? Is that an every time thing or just a one time thing? Oh, it's an every time thing. Sure, go away. Okay. Is it like a kind of infinite loop between signals? How is that? Okay, you're good. Somehow it looks like this GUI notification thing is unhappy. So is it like a kind of signal problem? What is going on? I'm very confused. Yes, of course, you guys. So is it because of the content of the method? No. Is it because of when it is called? Hey, what else going on right now? So, okay. There's something which apparently makes everything bug. What could make everything bug? Hey, what? Okay. Well, So if we just have GUI, the app doesn't launch anymore, right? That's crazy. What the fuck's going wrong? So we remove GUI notifications. I mean, there's nothing in between. Here, we remove the chat. Okay. We put the chat back. And we remove the script. Okay. Is it because you're a panel and you're actually trying to go on the panel container? Like, how the hell are you not catching this error in a simpler way? And it's better be this. Okay. So we can bring back this. You have no idea what the problem you're trying to fix is, but you're rooting for me. So I think the problem was that the script attached to this node was extending a panel container. And for some reasons, instead of telling me that the script was wrong, it straight up explode. Okay, so here, okay, we are almost good. We just don't have the resize, and I don't understand why it doesn't resize. You're even more confused. About what? About the fact that it's supposed to extend the write script? Now, okay, we can do something differently. Because this resize here is not working. We're gonna have a I want to add size.y plus node. Actually, like, you're just along for the ride. Having to recode an entire container just because, like, Godot does weird things. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, node. And it has to be a control. Oh, God. Okay, so we add y plus 8. Here we do the same thing, but with like a minus. It's the crazy part is that we have like child entered tree, but not child ready. That's weird. Like, technically I can get it, but... I could say that this control.position.x.y is equal to size.y plus 8. Yes, of course, it doesn't work this way. So first we position it. And here we'll need like to reposition everything when one guy leaves, I guess. Why do I have to recode this? Something's wrong. At least this worked. And here we technically want to recalculate the position of each and every children. Okay, so let's see the signals of a node. Okay, I can hear currently. Node 3 exited, 3 entered, ready. Okay, so I guess we're just here to kind of make a bridge between those two. Like child entered and ready, and child exiting, tree exited. So what if I say private void on node? Node, it doesn't work because we don't have a node anymore. But here we want to reposition children. We want to do that when the node's actually done. So private void on child exited tree. Okay, so here tree exited. And here we want to reposition children. So we have private void reposition children. Okay, so let's have a float size of position y equal 8. So we're gonna go with control dot position. It's a new vector 2, 0, position y, and then position y plus equal control size dot y exactly plus 8. Does that work? I guess we're gonna have to try. GUI notification chat. I think I want this UID. Yes. So create fake messages. So we have like a string, scene path, we're gonna have node. And we're gonna add child node. Okay, so we wanna do this a few times. I think we're good. So here, notification's empty, and we run the app. Okay. I'm gonna say no. So something's off when we add. I mean, do we have the actual children? Wait, no? Oh, no. Okay, so that looks okay. Almost. Debugger. Signal tree exited is already. Oh. Like this. So we're good except one thing. For some reason we start with this little like right here we have like 16 instead of 8. And here we have 8 at the end. Probably because resizing here. Or because it's not repositioned. Ah, we have the same problem. It's like in the reposition thing. We start at 8. If for some reason it's here, it started at 16. And what if I have 0? Just Hi for horses. Why Redo instead of Godot? Basically, I've used it for the last jam, which was a Redo jam, and I liked it. Like, even though it's technically just colors, like I like the theme better. Like I gotta say that for some reasons I hate the Godot branding in a sense of the logo is not so sexy and the color is not so sexy either. And Redo's just Godot with extra features on the long run. And if you just check the two directions, it will feel like eventually Redo is more likely to go towards some features that I'm looking for. Which are, for example, I'm gonna give just like one example. The encryption of your project. And this is like a Godot issue right now. Like if you create a project, you work on the project for a few years, and then when you release the project and publish the game, the retro engineering of the project is like super easy. And some people actually released games, and other people, after the game's released, they basically stole the code, sold the game on other places, and yada yada yada. Because of the bad encryption. And Godot is basically not gonna go toward this side of working because they are in a very Godot's open source, so we're not gonna make encryption tool because we're open source. And Redo on this side is probably more likely to go toward this. And on the same manner, I actually watched what the Redo team wanted to do with the features they wanted to add regarding things which were added to GDScript. And it made more sense because I'm using C# because GDScript is like not, in my opinion, a language you can use on a professional level app. Like the language just missing so many features. And right off the bat, the first things that Redo did was to launch some projects to add very important features to the language. So just this is like good indicators. And on the end, Redo's always gonna be Godot compatible. So it's always gonna follow Godot. So it's gonna have probably like 1 or 2 version delay. But unless you have like you can pretty much switch, right? Like if you have like a feature Godot just released, then go for Godot 4.5 or 4.6. But if you're like fine with Godot 4.3, then Redo could have like features you need, you know. So I actually wanted to create a button to create messages. Not button, but an input. So here we're gonna have an input. Alright, that's gonna be the debug input. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now we still have this 16 pixel thing. Oh, that's a lot of errors. Yes. So the 0 here doesn't work, but it is an unchild entered. Yes, okay, it's this. And I think like the first one to enter. Maybe I just don't have to add this. And size. We add the control size plus 8, so we always have 8. I don't know. Okay. Well, that works very well. Okay, so we don't touch this ever again. Let's see. Notification zone. Also regarding the Redo thing, I think it's like a little bit drama-ish, but regarding how the two communities are evolving since there's the initial drama, I've heard a lot of situation of people getting banned from Godot's communities for both valuable and petty reasons. And when developers are actually cut off from communities, well, it's not something you want. And at the moment, like right now, well, with a few people getting banned here and there, like they're just moving toward the Redo community, which is less ban quick draw somehow. That's a thing to consider as well. So I don't think I'm gonna make the notification animation now. So I'm gonna create a testing column. Or I like archive to say that those are like those are technically still prone to errors. So I could keep working on the notifications, or I could start working on the dice. Because having an idea of what I want to do with the dice is probably a good idea. Like prepare the ground for dice 3. So anyway, I've saved this so I can break the project. Now it's fine. So here's here's our region. So I think it's gonna go in the bottom right corner. So here, let's make a panel. Bottom right, and size. What about 600? That's a lot. That's a lot, but maybe 400? That's small. What about we keep 600 like this? That would be dice. Like 3 dice. 3 dice. And here we want to set viewport container. Stretch. So we have like the 3D view, like 12 3D, and here we have the camera. Okay, so here we have the camera. Can I choose the actual? I'm not sure. Can I? Okay, copilots. With Godot, I made a sub-viewport container size 6040. I created a web 3D to put a camera in it. Can I make the camera have a 600-400 orthogonal projection? The size value, there's no size value. Oh, there we go. The vertical span. Okay, so I need to change the aspect ratio of the viewport. So aspect ratio? Where's that? And the target, no. Actually, I'll be right back real quick. All right. Stuff. Oh, so there we go. And camera. So yeah, I was on this viewport thing. Let's position the camera. Make sure the camera is positioned and oriented correctly to view the scene. For example, place it at 0010 and point it towards 00. Yeah. If you're aiming for perfect pixel perfect rendering, you might want to use a lower resolution viewport and upscale it. Now, I just want to make sure that I have this ratio. And maybe it's like... yeah. I need my 3D models, so here we're gonna have the models 3D. Maybe I should put that level. Okay, so here we're gonna have a die. Okay, I just need to go fetch that. Documents. Blender. And die. Oopsie, come here. Okay, good. Let's make a scene. So we're gonna have node 3D. Oopsie! Color. Okay, node 3D and die 3D. Let's make this scene die 3D. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, surface material override. We're gonna have a 24 1F1F. Okay, so this is gonna be like the basic. Let's have save as textures. Does that go in textures? I would go in model 3D. Let's have materials. And that would be like 24 on F on F. Let's make this a rigid body. And I will have to add mesh, collision shape, simplified single convex. No. Simplified. No. I guess I will have to make it myself. I could create it with Blender. Oh, that's... Oh, that's fine. Anyway. Alright. Oh no. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. X... I should have done this in Blender. I think we're good. Okay, so we have this object. Now, let's take this. I'll create a body. That's gonna be like the ground. Division shape. Well, boundary shape. What's this? Like, I'm curious. If I put the die in here, does it like... Is it blocked by the ground? Scenes 3D web. I think it does. I think it does. It's probably gonna bounce out of the screen. Wait, there's no gravity? Aren't you supposed to... Okay, I'm gonna try different. I just don't understand why it's not falling down. Oh, there we go. Okay, so for this part, it's working. Now, the camera... why is this wrong? Oh, okay. It's because I changed it. Wait, what? Oh, I changed the scale. They didn't like that. They hate it when you change the scale. Anyway, the camera. If I do two. Yeah, I just don't understand the ratio thing. Like, maybe I have to apply a different viewport to it. But how? As what if you will have the sub viewport? We make the world 3D in the sub viewport. Render target. Oh, it's gonna be out of the render zone. Okay, so maybe I can add the rolling in my path through polygon. Okay, so we go here. So technically we go up to 81. Then we remove 600. Go down, remove 600. Yeah. Then we remove 400. Then we go back to this minus 400. Actually 20. And here we go all the way back to 20. And notification.y. And that's it. Okay, here's the dice. It's a little bit small. So I could change the camera zoom to 1.5. I just want to make sure. This seems wrong. The ratio seems wrong. Oh. Okay. I have camera 3D in a different scene than the default. doesn't seem to... I don't know. It's better. How to give it the ratio of the set. Okay, so I guess that's gonna work. So I feel like I will have to guess. How can I do that? Well, maybe there's a way. Like if I keep the white, it means that this is gonna be 600. So if I calculate somehow, let's see. Let's try to create a CSG box 3D. Okay. Create a CHD box. Make it scale to fit the camera. Okay. And now this is 6. So no, seems wrong. Wait, 149 multiplied by 4 divided by 6. So it has to be 0. Well, it has to be 1. So this. So technically, this guy is like, it's gonna show in this. Yeah, and if I take it just smaller, should still like kind of have the... That looks fine. So I could create a kind of box. By the way, can I make this environment transparent? I don't remember how we do this. Okay, so ground. Okay, so here we have the ground. Now, I'm gonna create a new static body 3D. It's gonna be walls. And we have collision shape 3D. Maybe I should bring back the CSG. It was pretty useful. Oh yeah, because that gives us basically where the wall's gotta be. Okay, cool. Okay, so I can duplicate this guy. Ah! It's not easy. Okay, good. Oh. Okay, great. Where is the 1, 2? Okay, no, that's this one. Ah, okay, good. We're doing good, we're doing good. And we're just missing the cap. So, like this. And probably here. So technically they are, well, we can... Oh. Well, they're not gonna go out. So this should be... Yes, and closing the dice pretty well. We'll have the ground and we'll have the walls. I just want to make sure that the world is transparent. Oh, why are you going away? That's not good. Is it because like the... Oh, okay. I thought it was good. Well, eventually I can adjust this anytime. And he's... Yeah. Maybe I have to make them more bouncy and heavier. Yeah, but they have like kind of the updated... Maybe they're like too big. Okay, maybe too bouncy. Okay, no, that's not working. Or maybe I can make the walls super bouncy. Oh. how can I make the... Oh, maybe it's not a world. Wait, yeah, the world background transparent. But there's a panel anyway. Subviewport transparent background. Ah, that looks good. So we have the dice. They have their spot. Now we can start building this a little bit more. Actually, let's have just like that textures. I'm gonna just make one. That's gonna be a putsch with beads. So, background. Where? If I want to F good. Size isn't really matter, it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be scaled down anyway. Okay, so we have the texture. Die faces. Test. That's gonna be long. Okay, save this. Save as models, materials, face test. Okay, it looks fine. I want to see. It looks surprisingly good. Now, what does it look like when we remove the... Yeah. Oh, there's like a kind of thing. Oh, that's because there's a... Yeah. It's really nice. Lovely. Okay, so prepare the groundwork for dice GUI. That's done. Okay. So we have notification, animation, game notification, hide show button. I think I'm gonna make the hide show button. And here it means that I need the screen states. I need to make the screen states somehow. That makes sense. Where can I put that? How long is this stream going? 2 hours. Okay, so we have scenes. And this passes through polygon control. We're gonna create a state for this namespace pass through polygon states. That's a lot. Does that work? No. I don't know. That's gonna be passed through states. So we go to context. And we have this resize function. Now there's like I will have to handle notifications having a max size. This is like critical. Like handle max size. Okay, so here we have a public virtual. We set the context. Seems good. So we have a public yeah, state. Do we name this state? We could. And basically this goes in the first state. Well, let's create states first. We're gonna have hidden. We're gonna have notifications. We're gonna have dice roll. And we're gonna have full view. Okay. So let's start with notification. Notification. That's a state. Do I want to say state something, like state notifications? It's probably better. Okay, so public void resize. And oh, override. Yeah. State dice roll. Here, state dice. And I can grab this code. Which is pretty much the dice roll size. So this should never happen. And just to make sure here, we go with states.resize. Oh, technically, we just have to, well, just the method. That would be nice. There we go. So state notifications here. What's wrong with vector 2? Godot? Yes, Godot. So we just don't go here. That should be good. Maybe I don't need to go with this full one thing and just go 0, 0. I want to see. Anyway, I need to set my context. So pass through blah blah blah. We need a public void transition to. We need a state. That could be a small state. So state dot set context this, and state equals. Okay, and we would have something like transition to new state dice roll. Okay, so if I've not completely messed up, this should be like exactly like before. Except maybe like the polygon change thing. Oh, that's good. Okay, so here is the new thing allowing to resize the invisible area. Wait, did I see something? Oh, that's just the scene which changed. I think. Yeah. Now I should be able to say not dice roll dot notifications. And just have the notifications and oh no. That's odd. Is it possible? Oh. That it shows even though maybe it doesn't like what I did. Let's fix this. Okay, so that was good. I'm gonna go with this. And same thing here. Okay, we're gonna try. Oh no, there's no resize. Bad me. Bad me. So we're gonna go back to testing this. Oh. Okay, so here and states. Okay, we resize after changing the state. Let's go. Weehoo! Okay, good. Let's change the dice roll. Good. So now we have two main routes. We need the hide show button. We're gonna make this hide show button. So, cha-cha-cha. GUI dice. I'm gonna save this in its own scene. GUI dice. Oh, that's good. Truth. So, hide and show button. So themes, override, box onto. I think I do have one. I don't. Let's find an eye. Do you have like GUI icons? Like for the vision, the view? I don't think this is where I will find what I want. I think I want eye icons. Like this, and the non-crossed version of it. Which doesn't exist. That's too bad. I think the download failed. It didn't. So what's gonna be the size of this guy? 64? Actually, I'm thinking about something kind of crazy. For adding this polygon thing. I'm gonna do that later. Okay, so here anyway. Intro button. Yeah, we're good. My brain's blanking. I'm starting to feel the 3 hours nonstop. Mm. I might want to create... I can start with the states. So we have like the hidden state hidden. So we have a new vector 2. 64 plus 8. How much is that? 70. 72? Probably. Actually, don't care to check. Now I just want to add this to all my... I think I just like have to add this at the start. I will kind of like, it will redraw, but I think that's fine. I'm gonna make this same for dice roll. Like, yeah. Huh. I'm gonna make the full view. Oh, I think I forgot something in... Oh no, that's good. Actually, this is way more annoying than I thought. Because first, it's 2 buttons, not 1. And second, we kind of have to remember the last state. So it's not really a state, but kind of a... I don't know. Well, maybe I will leave this on the side for... Yes, I think I will leave this on the side for a moment. And anyway, it's like... Hello, coding youngster. How are you doing? Yeah, I think I will address that. Sure. You're great. What are we working on? We're basically working on a stream app that will be maybe responsible for showing the chat on screen. But more than that, let me see what view we have right now. It's gonna be a game. It's gonna be a game that the players will be able to interact with, and how I want it to work basically is to work with dice, so that based on a few commons, it looks like I don't have the dice right now. Too bad. Where are they? They will be able to roll dice, and based on the result, it will do things like progress toward a collective goal and toward their own progress in the game. I just have to figure out where the dice are. Or maybe I just didn't save. No, I did. State dice roll. I'm just gonna remove this. I mean, it was the reason why it failed in the first place. Do we see the dice? No. Why are they gone? Well, I'm just gonna roll this then. Oopsie. But yeah, basically it's gonna roll some dice, and you're gonna see them in the bottom right corner of the screen, like this. And based on the results, things are gonna happen. I just gotta figure why they do not appear right now. Could be because of this guy. I mean, of course it's because of this guy, but... So we do resize. I'm just gonna make my usual check. My usual check. Wait, why is it here? What are you doing here? Okay, I think the problem's solved now. Let's see. Yes, there they are. Okay, good. So... there's the comments I can start working on also, because basically we will need a kind of whole controller taking comments in and chaining actions in a queue to do them one by one. Like, let's just design comments, and then we'll need a comment queue. Create a comment queue. Okay, let's see what we have. We have dice, debug, player, script. Now we could have like a dice comment. That would be a start. Okay, let's see. Maybe we should make an interface for this one. we could have a I comment and then extend. Hmm. So here technically we want to know what dice we're running. So I could start, I mean, I should probably elaborate a little bit more on how the dice work. Like, we could make a dice factory. Hmm. Let's see. Here we have the dice. Like, I think a die factory would be nice. But here, they have like an idea, a name, yes, and a public list of die face. That would be like this. Now, the way it could work, I think I need to write this down or I'm just gonna explode. My brain is quite limited. Let's see, can I create something for UML? Actually, I could go in the wiki. What kind of icon would fit that? Like it's, no, it's, oh, it's right here. I think I'm gonna use the same right here. So that's command. Okay, anyway. We have a die face. And we'll have a die. Here we'll have a list of faces. Now we kind of have the gain controller here, which is basically gonna receive the input, and the die face is gonna do something based on, well, oh, it could be the dice. Now it's better if it is actually in the die face. But here, then we need to kind of draw and bring information on the player who rolled the dice. So here we have the player, and the player is added to the die, and then the die executes something based on, well, what the face does. And it go fetch the singleton. It looks like this could work. So we have like the base resource. Yeah. The base resource, and then we duplicate it. So here we have a string, which would be like the player ID. And it's like the die face could have like an execute function. Could literally have an execute function. But it also needs a context. I'm not sure. Because the faces, technically, they're not meant to be scripted. Like, they're supposed to be created by me in the code first. So, maybe like having the context here. Like, if we have like a string, which is like the player ID of someone who's using the dice, and then this player is executing this face of the dice. But we kind of need an interface for this die face, I think. Because, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of dice. So we have a player ID. We have a texture. Actually, it's a string. It should be like a texture. We could load the texture, actually. Yeah, we can load the texture to the. So that would be like the texture, get set. As private set. Can I say that this is an export? Yes. Odd. Missing partial modifier, yes, indeed. And we're even missing global class. Actually, the fact that this is an export doesn't matter here, I think. Like we could have, we need, I think, face ID. It would make sense. The public string for the ID. Now, I'm actually slightly concerned regarding the execute portion of the code, I mean, of the dice base. So maybe having the execute function is a bad idea. I should like create the comments in objects and have the face create that comment and send it. Yeah, that's probably better. So here, yeah, but still I need to bind it. Okay, we're gonna try something. So here we have a player. And let's say that we have a long currency value. Okay. We're gonna add the currency here. Good. Let's say that when we want to create a new player, we have public YouTube. We need just the string YouTube ID. We don't need the currency. But yeah, this is gonna be 0. Now, let's say that for some reason I have a currency controller. So technically, this would be nice to be a static class. And here we're gonna go with create currency, and we need a string for player ID and a long amount. Okay. Now I need to store my player somewhere. Like player controller. Players controller. Well, I need that to be in the data somewhere. So public class data. We'll have like a dictionary of string and player. I gotta make sure that my YouTube players can be saved. But anyway, we have data, okay. And when we create a player, we need to access data. So maybe we'll have like so ready would do nothing. That's dead code. But data equal new. And when we create a player, app is not single. It's not singleton. Where's the player controller? Oh, never mind. Oh, okay, that's weird. Anyway, the pony is player, YouTube player, app.instance.data. Maybe I don't want this to be here. Do I make YouTube players resources? Like, we're using Godot, we can do that. Ah, no, I can't. Because if I do that, I won't be able to use JSON to save. So no that. No. Godot, please, did you break my solution? I hate you, Godot. Okay. No, phew. Okay. So, common, dice common. Yeah, dice common. Hmm. No. What is that? Okay, so we have public void execute. But which one is it actually? Okay, let me delete this to nice comments. Let's make one simple like create currency. Does that make sense? Namespace dice common public class create currency common like common create currency common. Got the dice command. Good. Public void execute. Here we need a string player ID, and that's it. Actually, we need that in a public string player ID, public long amount, and here we got execute, and then we go public create currency, and here we have like those two guys. There we go. So when we execute this, we have like a currency controller, create currency, player amount, easy, yes. So that looks good. Now, this command must be created somewhere. And technically the face of the dice. So here we have like die face. And we've got the public string ID. I don't think that's necessary. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't want this to be a resource. Yeah, I know. I'll be right back real quick while it's loading. Yep, here we are. So, yes, it's starting. Yeah, there's this question of how do I get a specific face to create a specific comment? I could create a class for every face. That would be weird. Or we could create objects. But if we create objects, the question is, can I give it a function? No, I don't think so. Or like, it's like here, for example, the face is like having a comment, like a public void and comment constructor, sort of. Well, we can keep the execute name so that it's not screaming at us. And what execute does is basically create a new command, or like a create currency command, or like dice command. Here we want this new, but we need to know two things, like the amount yeah. Okay, so maybe I need to create the categories. Like, let's say that we have a create currency. Here we have create currency face. And this thing would be like public returning dice command and get command. And it would take the string player idea. Maybe we don't need to know here, because the dice are gonna know anyway. So create currency base. And here we have public dice command get and that would return a new, and here we're going to use dice command. I return new create currency command. And yeah, the problem is we need the player ID now. We straight up bypass this in the dice command. And we allowed dice to add this later. Like it's just like long amount. Like this. And here we have public long amount I've never used projects with the common pattern, so and here we have like probably create currency face, and it takes a long amount, and amount is okay. Now let's say that here maybe we don't want to play ID in the dice. Dice definitely will need a state. So maybe I will need to create different classes to create different kind of dice. Hmm. Maybe what I need is a dice interface. And then, yeah, create different dice. So a dice has, oh, yeah, I'm gonna fill the interface later. Let's say, yeah, let's create like the first one. That would be maybe that would be like the background die. Maybe the die faces can go to screen. So here we have so public class back die implements die. Now the thing is creating the faces. We probably don't want to create faces objects for every, or maybe we do. Let's try that. We have a list of die face, and that's the faces it sets. So here, when we create a background die, I like faces that add, and we create a new create currency face, and I think we just need a dice comments. Do we? We just need a number. Like 5. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna create an empty face. Like empty face. So we have namespace dice comment. So we are really gonna have a do nothing comment. That's cute. Wait, I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong script. Why do we use Godot? Oh, texture. So we have like empty face. We don't need this. Empty face, no argument. Now I create another command. So here, dice comment, new item, do nothing. Do nothing comment. Oh, actually, we don't even need a constructor since it does nothing. Maybe we need a player ID in the comment. Okay, so we have an empty face, we have a nothing comment. Here we have like new do nothing. Okay, so anyway, we have the background die. Faces that add a new empty face. Faces that add new create currency. Add 5. Empty face again. We're not gonna go out with +5 and 10 or 50. Okay. So so it's 4 hours. And I'm starting to feel like I need a break. What time is it? Because I could come back later tonight. Well, the thing is, we're gonna stop here at creating this technically code for first die, and I'm gonna take a break, and then I will go back on this. So I'm not sure I will do that on stream. But yeah, maybe I will be back this evening. So anyway, as usual, no camera, and well, you guys. Hope you're interested by this project. I can feel like it's gonna be fun. And you guys have fun programming and making your own game. And I will, well, leave you here. Have a good evening, day, morning, whatever. And I'm out.